Nassau County Commission. Because for those of you around politics, the county commission is where the action happens. They're the ones that control the budget. They're the ones that control the money. They are actually the policy entity for the county. So they pick one seat. It's just one seat. A long-term incumbent who had got kind of stale in their seat. And John ran as the first Republican. He ran as a Republican and he won. It was a hard race. It was a bitter race, and then after he was elected, the fun started. Endless. You see the lawfare going on today. I think it was nothing compared to what was done to John Crawford. His first night, for example, he made a motion to unseat the chairman, and it passed. And I remember the clerk of court, he knocked down some books on the floor, and the clerk leaned over to him and said, "Are you having fun yet?" And the next 8 years as a county commissioner, he did a phenomenal job. I mean, the Nassau County was a joke at the time, seriously, politically. There would be literally fist fights in the county commission meeting. There was no decorum. There was no Robert's Rules of Order. They would basically argue with each other for hours endlessly. That's why nothing got done. John got there. One of his first things he introduced was Robert's Rules of Order. There was a decorum. Then more Republicans were elected to the county commission. Two switched. I was elected in '94. And lo and behold, the county as a whole changed different places after all the ethics charges, lawsuits, private investigators, endless litany of things. So John took a short sabbatical as a county commissioner. And in 2004, he was elected clerk of courts. Now in Florida bifurcates the financial responsibilities. The commission appropriates funds, but the clerk of court is controller. Not only that, he's the, I would say, chief judicial officer of the county, or serves for the chief judicial officer. So they're in charge of the court system, county records, and the money. When John took office, the county was in horrible physical shape. I believe at the time they were borrowing a line of credit to plug holes in their budget because they were actually deficit spending, which is unconstitutional. The county had just gone under a Moody's bond watch. And later, after he got into office, he started to move some of the chess pieces, and they found an employee had embezzled about $2 million in cash over a period of years. Today, 2024, 20 years later, the county is very close to being out of debt. In fact, I think you could probably write a check from cash carry forward right now and be completely out of debt. And that's a big deal, because there are not many municipalities or political subdivisions in the United States that have no debt. And I know the debt service of this country is almost $1 trillion a year. And the debt service of the county at one time was actually our most expensive line item in the budget. So John's done a phenomenal job. And he's had a mountain, he really has. And John was the first Republican. We now have no elected Democrats to in our county. There's the mosquito control board, the dog catchers, city commission. We just got rid of 2 there, and it's making a difference. And you know, people just want good government, and that's what you have now. And we got to continue that. And John, you've done a phenomenal job. There's 28 years of service, and they threw everything but the kitchen sink at you. And now he's going to turn over a county budget that's in outstanding shape, and hopefully I'd like to see that debt paid off, and that's to be one of the first of 3,500 counties in the United States to be completely debt-free, and hopefully never do that again. But I will never forget the mantra that he started repeating about 20 years ago. Get out of debt, stay out of debt, pay as you go. Mr. Clerk, the floor is yours.
Thank you, sir.